Hey, what's up, guys? MiRai here, and trying something new today. We're gonna put me on camera because everyone seems to be so damn fancy these days with their webcams and their broadcasting while they're multiboxing, and I have garbage internet, so I can't stream while I play. But here we are today. I'm rigging something together and recording a bunch of things. Not important. Let's just get this started. So, invite my team. You can see this is going to be interesting. Hopefully my UI functions how I'd like it to function. It's always a work in progress. I'm only level 80 because that's where Raft took me to. These accounts are not Cataclysm enabled. Well, the main account is, but 2, 3, 4, and 5 are not Cataclysm enabled. Unfortunately, I can't do a Wrath random heroic. I learned this out that if you lock your experience at 80 and you have higher level expansions, you have to go to a specific dungeon. You have to. I can't queue for Wrath Heroic randomly. So let's just start with something simple so people can see what's going on here. We're going to go with Utgarde Keep. You can't go wrong with Utgarde Keep. Watch this be absolutely terrible. So join as a party and get my people. You know, this isn't going to be... My setup is very, very rough around the edges at the moment. I only reached... I don't even have a buff button, so I have to manually buff everybody. It's a little embarrassing, but it is what it is. So, and Wind Fury. I don't even know if that's the right thing I'm supposed to be using. It seems to kick enough ass, though, so I use it. And here we go. You're going to hear a lot of keyboard action, a lot of spacebar. I like to jump around. I mean, it's Wrath Heroics. How can you go wrong with this? I've got... you guys are going to notice early on that I'm clicking my unit frames over here. And I'm able to heal. Whoops. Let's turn this to free for all. And let's go. Yeah, I've got ISBoxer advanced click healing set up, which is just a it's the same thing as click. Come on, healer, keep up with me. It's the same thing as click in game, except I've integrated it into ISBoxer thanks to Alj. Alj pretty much, I guess you could say, invented the method. I think. I don't want to give credit where credit isn't due, but I think he's the guy who did it. So let's just go with that. Let's just go with that as the story. Whoops. B for bags. B for bags. Rocking and rolling. Oh man, you know what? You know, I play on some ridiculous settings. Let's yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for the people. I gotta change this. I hate aliasing. You can see my ridiculous settings here. I'll give you a minute to soak that in. Water. Delicious. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's hope everything still functions correctly. Recording wise, I haven't recorded a screen cap like this yet. This is my new fancy ultra wide layout. So there's always a little stuttering. It's just the nature of the beast when dealing with fraps and high video settings for some reason. I'm able to pull a lot because I've got the oh shit button, which is the priest's bubble. It's a joke. It's oh no. I didn't know that this is actually a little difficult for me to explain things while I play and whoops, and pull a bunch of stuff at once. I use a manual assist. Yeah, so let's do some explaining. Am I stuck? I use a manual assist what that means is that my assist is not directly tied into my DPS keys like some people have them. They're like that by default, actually, in ISBoxer, but I don't do that. I like more control, so that means I can have my guys attack one guy, and I can attack another if I need to, without having to change everybody's target. They can just stick to what they were doing, and I can go grab some ads or something. That's also my assist key. My assist key is also my interact with target key. So it's a manual assist, and it's a manual interact with target, which is another fancy concept. A lot of stuff going on here. Where's this guy? This guy's killing everybody. Oh no, Frost Tomb! Get the Frost Tomb! Frost Tomb! But these are Wrath Heroics. You know, someone's going to say, you know, well, these weren't hard when they were current, and you're right, but this is just for me to practice. I'm getting back into the mix. It's you know, and everybody seems to be staying alive just fine. It's because they're not that difficult. What else? What else do I do that's fancy? I got a fancy break follow key for my ranged. See, I sit back there. My mage and my priest will stay back there and just hang out, just do what they're supposed to, not get in the way. You'll notice that sometimes I forget to hit that and just bring them with me. It is what it is. Oh my God. Oh, you got... Follow me. What are you doing? What are you doing? Usually it's a giant cluster. Fill in the blank. But the Wrath Heroics, man, this is what it was all about. These are the days, these are the good old days, man, when multiboxing was, you know, at its peak. Heroics were insanely easy, but they were fun. This is fun. It's fun for me to just gather up a bunch of crap and just quickly AoE it down. But this isn't where I expect. Whoops. Do I have a... Why am I not looting? What's going on here? Come on, buddy. Pick it all up. There we go. So it's a little bit of nostalgia. You know, it's a little bit of nostalgia. At the same time, I do miss these good old heroics. I haven't done these forever. It's not like when you level up, you're like, oh, I can't wait to hit 80 so I can lock my experience and do heroics. That's not what people say. But, you know, I wanted to do that. And I'm going to do that with Cataclysm as well. I didn't really get to experience a lot of Cataclysm. I was doing whatever I was doing. Not playing, really. But, mine on the ground. No, you don't, buddy. Come here. Oh, you son of a bitch. Whoops. You notice I jump around a lot. I like to move around a lot. You gotta stay mobile. And, you can't just stay stationary. That's boring. No one wants to watch that crap. It's gotta be exciting. I'm not really sure how exciting I can be when I'm doing this. I bet I look like a fool. This is going to be a public video so everyone can judge. Just don't downvote because of the bandana, please. The bandana's been hit or miss with the people lately. I will comment on my mixed team here. 2 melee, 1 ranged, and then my healer, so I guess 2 ranged. And, Jesus. An interactive target is always a fun beast to deal with. I'll say that the Draenei Shaman, the Enhancement Shaman, plays much nicer with with interact with target than the druid does. I really dislike the druid. The druid is usually all over the place, and maybe you'll see that in this video, maybe you won't. Sometimes he's it's a she actually. Sometimes she plays well, sometimes she doesn't. Balrog. As for macros and rotations, it's just a combination of just very basic and bland, boring macros that I just spam all at once and hope things work. It seems to work out well. I also have things manually that I do. I manually consecrate. I can manually... Why are we not looting everything? What are you doing? What are you doing? Loot it, Paladin. I manually consecrate. I manually judge. Sometimes I have some other stuff. Freedom. Lay of hands that I can never remember to use. I die. I don't really have anyone else set up to do anything special at the moment. I will show you something fancy. Let's swap over to the healer and play with the healer for a moment. So I lead from the healer. Basic FTL macros. What that means is for those of you who don't know, it's a phrase that was coined, I believe, by Xanther back in the day, who also got me to want to play this game, want to multi-box with ISBoxer. So you can see that I'm able to play from my healer if I want to. There's some things I can't do though. I don't have set up, like I can't consecrate if I wanted to at the moment. I need to fix a lot of things. I would like why can't I? Interesting. Did I say that it stood for focus list, target list, leader list? It means that I don't need to focus. I have no actual leader. Your macros aren't hard-coded to a leader, so to speak. And, you know, back in the day, people still do it today. You create macros, you say assist, and then you hard code in a name, which is usually your lead character, your tank. You know, obviously you just saw that I don't have to do that, and it's all through a macro system. There's no special magic that, you know, happens. There's no cheating or anything that goes on. Even indirect with target is built right into the game. There's nothing that I'm doing that isn't built into the game. So those of you who do multi-box with ISBoxer know this already. But for anyone who's new and comes along and says, hey, how are you doing that? Well, that's how I'm doing it. I don't really like to... See, where's the druid? Where's the druid? Stuck on something as usual. Oh my god. You know what? I'm going to go get the stupid druid. Let's throw a bubble on him too. Oh, they already killed him. Jesus. Okay, stop moving. Everybody stop moving. I gotta go get the druid. Or the druid. You know what? You can come to me, buddy. This druid gets stuck on everything. I'm gonna take him out of my group. He does... I keep saying he. It's a she. Like it really matters. She does good DPS. But... it's just... I don't know. It's always getting caught on crap, always running around. Interact with target. Those of you who multi-box, you already know that interact with target can be annoying to use at times. And that's why I also don't put it in my DPS macros, because I'm going to switch back to the tank for this one, so it's a little easier. Oh, those of you who know that you add it to your DPS keys like that, and those of you who spam interact with target know that it's a terrible experience sometimes, and I don't do that, and they still happen to run all over the place. So well, this was a pretty flawless up, just bubbling. How did you get hit? Oh well. I probably don't need to hide behind the pillar because I'm overpowered, but I will anyway. Just to play, just to do it how it's supposed to be done. All right, let's do this, buddy. He might be dead before he even gets a Dark Smash off. It doesn't even hurt any. I think it silences my casters. And that's it. Oh, nice. Guild challenge. That's right. It's all reset for the week. That is Utgarde Keep. And that is very basic run. I guess, let's do Utgarde Pinnacle. I might die because I like to pull a bunch of stuff at once in Utgarde Pinnacle. It makes me happy. Whoops. Some other things I guess I can cover. You notice these numbers in my in the corners of my screens. I've designed a system around ISBoxer menus. I'm actually going to close this blind a little bit more because the sun is in my eye. Okay, so I designed the system using the ISBoxer menus. You know that you have the click bars by default, and they're in the upper left-hand corner when you first start. It's those little icons that you press for repeater or key map toggles. Well, this is my key map toggle now. I can see that in every screen it's red. I automatically know that my key maps are off. I can still use the keyboard combination to do that, but I find it easy to just click this, and it's a nice visual designation on the screen. Something I can easily see. As for broadcasting, you also notice that is a menu as well. That image is a menu, and it's click through. I'm able to click through it, and it just indicates that I've got broadcasting on. That was inspired by Alge as well. He also uses a big broadcasting thing. And I think a lot of people forget, you do find yourself forgetting to, I'll play instead of standing around. You do find yourself forgetting that broadcasting is on sometimes. So a big message on the screen that tells you, hey, broadcasting's on is, I like that. So, nope, you don't get to cast. This instance is a little more rough. I just tend to pull a bunch of crap at once because I like the feeling of the old days when you got to bloat things up. So you're going to see that, and oh, what are you doing? I thought, oh, you son of a... Okay, gotta put this back on free for all. Did I even... I always forget. I always lose my buffs. I stay and I don't like Dungeon Finder because I tend to lose my buffs. I guess I'm okay on the Shaman. We'll do it anyway, just for good measure. All right, so this next, through this little hallway here, this is where I flex my EP, and I try to pull more. I try to pull this entire corridor. I haven't been able to do the whole corridor without dying. I make it to the second Hulk, the second. Yeah, the second Scourge Hulk. I make it to the second Scourge Hulk. That's probably pretty much as far as I can go until I get a better system. I'm only using 4 of my priest's abilities. She's holy. She's not disc. Maybe disc would be better. I loved holy. I didn't like early on disc. Penance being channel. I didn't like it. I like the bubbles. I like the flash heal. Everything seems to work well. So I stuck with it. These are things that I just need to experiment. So experiment with. And I try to get down here as fast as I can. Bubble. Okay, now the pain begins. Oh, Jesus. See, the druid's running off into the distance, stuck on things as usual. Oh my god. You hear me banging away on my keys. We're gonna do it. The Scourge Hulks are pretty bad. They hit pretty hard. They hit like trucks. And 2 of them. Oh, you're gonna die. What are you doing? Oh no, bubble yourself. Got 2 casties back here. I thought I took care of them. Break follow. Whoops, I'm healing for no reason. Wrong person. There we go. It's almost a close call. I was like, oh, victory. And then I would have died. Get off of the fence post. I'll renew on them. You notice that I click this because it's bound to my 1 key, and my 1 key is actually bound to my main DPS, my single target DPS macro. So it doesn't always fire off the shield when I need it to. Sometimes I have to manually do it. Let's get moving. Now this next boss, I don't know if you remember if you played back in Wrath. There's a lot of RP that goes on right here, so I run past her, and I go pull some other groups while while this event happens between her and the Lich King. Lich King's pretty big. Do. Assist. Go for it. I don't know. Okay, good. It's really handy having having a paladin tank with the self heals. I really like that. Maybe a druid would be good as well. Maybe that's what I'll turn my Let's be fancy. Let's LOS that guy. It's not really too tough. It's really I pull big groups to help me work on my multiboxing skills. I guess you can say it's, anyone can pull a group of 2, a group of 3, at a time. That's easy because you can literally just go in with one single bubble and then not have to worry about it. But if you're in a pack that's beating on you so hard that one bubble isn't going to handle it, well, then I start using other abilities. And that's where I'm now having to, hone my skills, and I'm slacking and I'm procrastinating and building better. Man, my shaman sure knows how to pull some aggro, man. She puts out the deeps. Oh, you're gonna get hit. I need no upgrades from these things. I think I'm still using the heirloom sword. Yeah, I could probably use the sword that drops at the end of this. There's a tanking sword that drops off of the guy at the end. So maybe we'll get that on camera, on video. What else about my UI? Anything special? Unit frames, kind of a custom unit frame. I'm using OUF. I know someone's going to ask, so I'm using OUF with a fancy OUF layout that I kind of helped put it in its current form. It's an outdated layout and it's got a bunch of band-aids on it, so I can't really recommend it. I just like the look of it. And yeah, so there's a lot of things that don't function correctly with that. And then let's go over here. Where am I? Jesus Lord! You start the boss fight, because this takes forever. Did you start the boss fight? No, you're screwing around. Jesus, gotta put the priest on this. Sorry. Get angry at the druid. Anytime I can get angry at the druid, I will. I'm just looking for reasons to drop her from the group. I'm actually leveling up a second team, and I'm hoping to get a DK in here. I'd like a warlock, and I want a fury warrior. I want to see what a fury warrior can do for me. What does fury do for you? We'll find out. I want to see Fury because I really like this enhancement shaman. I really like the dual wielding action. Seems to be working out well. So I would like a Fury warrior. Maybe an Arms warrior would be better. I don't know. I just want a warrior. I did a warrior tank. I was talking about tanks earlier. I did a warrior tank for the first 60 levels, and I know you can't judge. Yeah, here's a lesson: don't judge endgame by what happens any experience prior to the expansion levels and the expansion instances. You look at this now, and this team is awesome, and I feel really powerful. But it would be a rude awakening if I just walked into a mob heroic with this half-ass setup that I have. So it would be pretty ridiculous, and I think I would fail quickly. So it's something you need to look for, something you need to pay attention for. You always need to be looking at ways to improve your setup. But start slow, start easy. I'm using the Pro system, which I don't know how many people are familiar with that. But it's a very fantastic system. It lets me just swap around between characters whenever I need to. Like you saw me use my healer in the last instance. That's part of the Pro system. And that my DPS buttons continue to work flawlessly in other windows. Regardless of who's leading, regardless of what's going on, the same buttons will do the same thing every time. Getting a little parched here. Hold on. Alright, so this is an interesting fight. I'm probably going to lose somebody because it's crazy whirlwind attack, but it is what it is. It's probably going to be the druid. And if I have a choice to either bubble the druid or bubble the someone else, the druid's gonna die. Just gonna say that now. Which side is he putting the ice down? He's putting the ice down on this side. Oh, that's not right. Alright, now we get our harpoons. You don't have a full inventory, do you? Good. You have a full inventory and you pick these up, they disappear. They don't even go into your inventory, but they disappear off the ground. Here we go. I'll see. Oh, I will bubble him because I'm nice. Because it's so early. But he's going to do his move here shortly. Oh, come to me. Come to me, buddy. Come to me. Oh, someone's going to die. Alright, so I lied. I bubbled the druid because I'm nice. So we're going to kill him. We're not going to lose anybody. Which is nice. Oh, I lost the priest! So much for paying attention to that. Everyone's watching my uniforms. They're like, man, you are terrible. Oh, well. The priest died. Sue me. So I hope this is exciting. At least a little bit. I don't really have anything fancy to say. Other than this is how I do things, but it's like I said, it's a work in progress all the time. Do I have the right seal on? Yeah, I got the right seal on. And I just hit 80 recently, so I've got 2 weeks left on my free 30 days, and I'm trying to level up a second team, get them to 80, figure out mechanics so that I can progress into kata instances, which are a little bit more difficult. And I'd like to really get a setup down at that point before I move forward. So that's what these Wrath heroics are for. Because the Wrath non-heroics, you see how easy these are. The Wrath non-heroics are quite a joke. So there's really nothing to be skilled up there. Skilled up in there. it's all about. Trying to put yourself in difficult situations, and then seeing if you can survive. So I can even go into a raid. I went into, excuse me, I went into ICC just yesterday, maybe the day before. I made it all the way to Marrogar with my half-ass setup. I caught 2 of those big skeleton guys that come out of the wall at the same time, and they beat me up, but I eventually got them down. Now this is going to be actually a terrible pull as well. This is going to be absolutely horrid. Just gotta watch this. Oh my god, that's not going to happen. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Oh, she got feared. See, I could have used lay hands and I didn't. Oh, okay, so let's see if we can survive something here. Never mind. Oh, it's a wipe. That's what I get for it's not even worth me trying to survive. That's what I get for being fancy. And I always forget. See, that's another thing I need to do is work on the reincarnation for the shaman, because I waste that all the time. She'll die on something and she'll just sit there dead when I can reincarnate. I mentioned in the first instance that I've got that click bar, and it's set to do whoever's in the healing group. The healing action target group is who that gets sent to. And what I'm getting at is I can set up another click bar, which I'm going to in the future shortly, and I'm going to set that to be everything from like paladin blessings, paladin hands, cleanses, the heal that he's got. Why can't I think of the name of it? Word of Glory or Eternal Flame, now that I've got the talent for it. But and it's also going to be for reincarnates and the DK battle res, the druid rebirth, the who else has got a battle res? Warlock Soulstone does battle res now, so it's going to be for everything. It's going to be a jack of all trades. I'm going to have to remember 50 freaking key bindings. That's the most difficult thing, is remembering all the key bindings, because then when I go play solo, it's really easy. It's like, it's completely easy mode to play solo because you're using 1/3 of the key bindings. When people have, I encounter a lot of people who play solo. I browse the UI and macro forum for World of Warcraft, and there are people that come in there from time to time and they say, well, I'm out of macros, or I've got too many abilities to bind, this and that. And I'm thinking, man, if you only multi-boxed, you'd have no idea. But I guess that's what makes a good multi-boxer, is that you can consolidate, you can efficiently consolidate your stuff. But then I think a lot of multi-boxers tend to get lazy, like myself, and fall into the, well, this works, I'm not going to move forward because this works. Then when you finally hit something that you can't beat, you're like, well, this sucks, I quit. And that's terrible. It shouldn't be like that. You should always try to do better. Inspirational motivation for you people. There you go. Man, this is pretty boring. Let's just hang out and I can do this. Leave everybody else behind. Well, if there's a lot in there, I'm still going to try to pull it all at once. That's a tough pull. Because those berserkers, man, those berserkers just fear and fear and fear. You can get double. I don't know if there's a DR on that fear. I don't think there is. I think that's a Blizzard giving us the middle finger, saying, well, don't pull everything. Holy shit, did I kill anything? I must have killed something. All right, so we've got a shaman. There's a berserker. He's going to go down first. So let's get this. All right, so let's just start with this guy. This guy's easy enough. And their fear is an AoE fear that has quite quite a... You kill him. See, and then... See, you notice... Oh, I've screwed up. Oh... Come back to me. I don't even know where the druid is. The druid's screwing around. The druid's always screwing around. Maybe I should consecrate. Come back here. Interact with target runaways. Man, this fog is really killing my frames. Well, that's it. I mean, the instance is pretty much over. Some big pulls. I like this instance because of the big pulls. And it lets me work on reaction times and how well I can deal with ridiculous situations. You do have to watch out about this. It's not a really the double berserker with the double fear. It's unlikely that anything will happen. Even if they fear me into the boss is not going to kill. Actually, back up a little bit. Yeah. Everything's bound to very convenient key bindings as well. I mean, a lot of things are on my mouse. I also have foot pedals that are not on the floor and are not hooked up, obviously. But one day I plan on using them. And I'd really like to expand my setup with those. So, maybe one day. Hopefully soon. It's been so long since I've really multi-boxed anything. I mean, seriously. Hoping to get back into that, though. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Jesus. Whoops. I always catch me hitting my follow button at the wrong time. I gotta get like a melee only follow button. So my range can stay back there. And that's it. That's all she wrote, man. Do I get the sword? Do I get the sword? It's always the Girdle of Bane. I think I'm going to go bitch about this on the Blizzard forums. So, thanks for watching. I don't know. This is probably like a... Who knows how long this video was. 30 minutes, probably. Pretty long. Oh, loot it. Loot something. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you like my setup. If you don't, if you do, I don't know. Leave a comment or something. Expect more in the future as I do more instances. I've got a whole bunch of other Wrath Heroics that I need to try that I haven't done. And maybe I'll record those if people like these. So, peace out.